Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about one of my future builds, and this one's a little different. I was looking at some photos of rusted old tanks and thought, why not build a diorama of a Tiger I that's not on the battlefield but in the workshop, being dragged back to life after 80 years. Picture this: welders sparking away, panels missing, tools scattered everywhere. Basically a full-on restoration shop in miniature. The ideas for a build like this are endless. Just look at the rust and wear on these pictures. It's like Mother Nature did all the weathering for me. This is going to be a blast to paint and weather, and let's be honest, it's probably the only time I won't get yelled at for going overboard with rust effects. The more crusty and beat up it looks, the better. This won't be your typical start to finish build where I just slap these parts together and call it a day. No, this time I'll be picking and choosing what to use, what to leave off, and what to butcher in the name of restoration. Luckily, the Takom kit is perfect for this kind of madness. A Ryfield kit would probably be even better, but I do not have one. It's packed with detail, it's got some interior pieces, and even a few extras that will come in handy for showing parts pulled off and sitting on the workbench. Basically, Takom gave me enough plastic to make a tank and enough leftovers to fill a junk pile. So yeah, this isn't going to be a quick weekend build. It's going to take some time to pull together, and that's half the fun. It's also going to pull a lot of money from my wallet, but that's okay. I've already been eyeing some extras to bring the whole shop scene together. Mini Art has a ton of sets that are perfect for this. Tool benches, even workers. Now the figures, they look a bit like they just walked out of the 1940s, but hey, give them a wrench and a welding helmet and nobody's going to question the timeline too much. They'll fit the scene just fine, once I get them painted. These milling machines should fit right into the shop, and if I even track down some welder figures that caught my eye, the best ones I've found so far come from a company called Black Ops out of Australia. They've got a couple of modern welders along with some other goodies that will really sell the restoration vibe. Honestly, these figures look so good, I might just have to build the diorama around them. Because what's a workshop without someone throwing sparks around, right? The only drawback is it'll probably take a while for them to get here, but just look at the detail. And that welder is the only modern one I can even find, so it's worth the wait. I'm honestly super excited to get these on order and finally have them in hand. Between the Tiger kit and the shop gear and these figures, the diorama is going to be something special. So stick around, because once the parts start rolling in, the real fun begins. I even tracked down some Woodland Scenics lighting to pull off that welding effect. So it's not just going to be a diorama, it's going to be more of a shadowbox build. For anyone not familiar, a shadowbox is basically a framed scene where you control the lighting and give the viewer one direction to look in. Kind of like peeking through a window into another world. It's a perfect setup for something like this because I can make the shop feel dark and gritty while the welders throw out some bursts of light. In other words, this isn't just about building a tiger, it's about telling a whole story around it. Right now, I'm just studying the instructions to figure out where the best starting point will be. The plan is to get the Tiger I itself built up and ready, so once all the extra goodies finally show up and get paid for, I can just drop it straight into the scene. That way I'll have the backbone of the diorama done, and I can focus on building up the workshop around it. Benches, tools, welders, the whole deal. Basically, the tiger is the star of the show, but the set has been ready before the actors come on stage. As we look through these parts, and if you'd like a more detailed review of this kit, I've got a video linked above. Let's talk a little more about what this project is actually going to take. I'll need to figure out which parts to leave off, so it looks like this tank is in mid-restoration. what sections to modify for missing panels, and how to work in those welding lights without making it look like I've just stuffed a Christmas tree into the hull. On top of that, I'll need to think about how the shop gear fits together so the whole scene feels natural. It's a bit of a planning, but that's what makes this one exciting. Not that line, of course. So, let's say I plan to leave some parts off the Tiger. I can't just rip them off and call it a day. I'll need to do a little research on what that actually looks like in real life. For example, rusty bolts don't just magically disappear. They'd be heated up, loosened, and removed. That leaves marks on the surface underneath that will be altered. Not rusty anymore, but marked from the heat. Maybe some scratches or grinding, marks where tools were used. Getting those subtle details right is what's going to make this restoration scene feel believable. And honestly, that's the kind of nerdy stuff I get excited about. The real star of this diorama isn't just the Tiger itself, it's the 80 plus years of wear and tear from wherever this tank was found. To bring that to life, I've got a stack of products ready: oils, paints, washes, and pigments. But the MVP of this application, the daubers. Seriously, it's a game changer for weathering effects like rust streaks, grime, and all that lovely decay. If you want to join the revolution and see what this little tool can do, check out the link above. I'm really selling that dauber, always will. I'm going to start by focusing on the rust first, letting all those years of neglect really show, and then as I work throughout the process, I'll add some base color in spots to show the tank's original paint surviving through the decades. This is going to be a fantastic journey, and trust me, you don't want to miss a second of it. So hit that subscribe button and join me for the ride. With a build like this, the model brand really does matter. Now, if this were a Tamiya Tiger, one of the older ones, it would be a solid kit, don't get me wrong. Maybe a metal gun barrel here, some engine screens there, but nothing too crazy. And hey, I love Tamiya, they make fantastic kits, but for something like this, I'm leaning on what I call the super kits. Recent releases from Ryfield and Takom are perfect. They come loaded with parts and details you don't normally get. Extra interior bits, extra tools, even pieces you might never use. But that's exactly what makes a restoration diorama like this possible. More goodies, more possibilities, and more fun. I'm really excited to get this started, but first I've got 2 kits to finish up. So this project will probably kick off in October. Perfect timing while the hawk is off in the Philippines with the little hawks. 2 uninterrupted, blissfully quiet weeks for filming and doing voiceovers. Heaven. That's when I'll really be able to dive in, start building the Tiger, and begin bringing this restoration scene to life and getting this voiceover section done. If you have a keen eye, you might have noticed that this Tiger is completely different from the one we saw at the very beginning of this video. That's because I grabbed the Andes Hobbies headquarters Tiger 1 box. It was a great deal and gives me the perfect setup. I can chop up one Tiger for restoration and still have the other one to build the normal way. Double the fun, double the chaos. Alright, hope you enjoyed this little video to show you what I'm going to be doing soon, and I want to thank you all for subscribing and supporting the channel. Not subscribed? Join the channel and you'll see something awesome. Alright, that's about it, and this one comes with the 1/16 scale Michael Whitman. Pretty cool. There he is right there. Alright, I will see you. Oh, we got 30 seconds. What are we going to talk about? Tigers. Hello, Mr. Whitman. Comes with a small Mr. Whitman as well. Alright, see you later. See you in the next video.